Doesn't matter how fly you were back in the day. It doesn't matter what type of cool things you've done. Once you have a kid, especially if they don't know about your past like that, once you have a kid, you're just looked at as as the annoying mom or dad. Hey, what's going on, folks? Another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything, and today I'm going to talk about, real briefly, Back in Action, which is straight from Netflix. I think it came out yesterday. This stars Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz, and I found this to be a lighthearted, fun action comedy. For those who aren't familiar with it, Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx, they meet each other as CIA agents, and then after some chemistry, Emily finds out that she's pregnant. They indirectly faked her own death, and in order to walk away from the CIA and start a family. 15 years later, not to give away too much of the movie, their identity is exposed that they in fact did not pass away, and because of this, they are pulled back into the world of espionage and all that type of spy stuff. And once again, this is a very fun, lighthearted movie. This also stars Glenn Close. The storyline, for what it is pretty entertaining. The action is, pretty believable in terms of like the fight choreography and so forth. And definitely, I feel like it's a good movie. If you have like a teenage daughter, a teenage son, whatever the case is, definitely a good movie that I would suggest you could watch with your family. As I mentioned earlier, Glenn Close is in this as well, playing the mother of Cameron Diaz. By the way it ends, I could definitely see this having a sequel or two, at somewhere down the line. And one of the things that I found funny as a parent, it's almost like it doesn't matter how fly you were back in the day. It doesn't matter what type of cool things you've done. Once you have a kid, especially if they don't know about your past like that, once you have a kid, you're just looked at as the annoying mom or dad. They don't, they never, they never like realize or reflect like, dang, I wonder how fly my dad was back in the day. I wonder how cute my mom was back in the day. Instead it's almost just like, I just have these parents who swarm around me all the time. They complain about me being on my cell phone too much, stuff like that. So it's one of those type of movies as well, where you definitely see the conflict between teenage daughter and parents. I mean, there are two kids. There's a teenage daughter who I feel like is more so the one who has, conflicts or run-ins with the parents, especially the mom. But there's also a younger son who seems a little more, a little cooler. I mean, a little more easygoing, I should say, than the daughter herself. But his only issue is he comes off as if he could be 100% just too dorky and soft, for lack of a better word. But nevertheless, man, I don't want to give away too much more of this movie. It was shot very well done in terms of that. And yeah, man, love it or hate it, man. That's my review. Peace.